let us start our today's session. Today, now it is 6:10 p.m. in Abu Dhabi, 7:40 p.m. in India. Today is 12th of October, 2024. Today is auspicious day of Dashera, or in Bengal it is called Vijayadashami. So, my best wishes, love and prayers for you all on this auspicious occasion, for you and your family. And this is symbolic of worshipping the Devi Shakti, which is the source of all the power of creation. That is divine feminine power, which we are created by that power. So this is the time we worship that power. And also it is symbolic for good over evil. So that is time to time that we evolve with the cycles. Welcome. The cycles of this thing, when the darkness become more, then you need to dispel the darkness. For that, some divine intervention is needed to get everything clean. So that is also known as those who are walking the path of dharma. So that is the day of their the victory or vijay, or that is what it is celebrated here in today's. So this is the significance of that, but it is this is in the humanities. It has got a lot of cycles, ups and downs, and sometimes it is so much into negativity and darkness, then it is forced to get it up, and for that it comes in different ways, different forms, and either purify ourselves or strengthen ourselves. So that gives us opportunity all in our life. It comes in different cycles, and we have to go through this different types of challenges and the darknesses, and that we have to overcome. And this is the time we celebrate that. So that is about the significance of Dashera. So and there are many places. I think the Ravan. The effigy of Ravan is burned today, I think. This is a celebration, Ram Lila or something like that. Same thing, significance is that. All right, so we are today we have selected a topic to remind ourselves about the path of righteousness or path of the truth, and that we are following, and because time to time it contaminates our experiences, that it contaminates our understanding. Some doubt comes, cloud comes, some shadow comes. Of course, those are created, external world, it has happened the way it has happened. So, but inside us, it is our ego who brings all those issues. And we often get sometimes diverted because of our ego. Ego controls us in the three ways that we have given many times. I have explained that either it creates some doubt in our mind, or it creates some fear, install some fear in us, or logically convince us it is not worth it. The path of truth, path of Satya. That is not worth it. That's how, logically convinced. That is the job of ego. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll go through each and every aspect into the detail. We basically remind ourselves about the basics of what we are doing here. What is spiritual path and what principles it is based upon. So those will touch upon the peace, love, light, and ascension. So this is today's topic. And coincidentally, it is today is a Dashera, and also it is our weekly session number of WeAreOne group, it is 222, 222. 222 is an angelic number. Many of us, with we work on the spiritual path, so our awareness grows up. We often see some the repeated numbers or some sequential numbers, or it may be clock time or car number plate or some telephone number written on the some place or some hoarding. Some number is there. We catch our eye into some sequence. So every number has some kind of meaning. So those are called angelic numbers or angel numbers. From higher dimension, they want to convey us certain messages. So people, when they walk on the path of awareness, so they see more often these kinds of numbers. And very common. Most of our group members are already habituated in it. They see multiple things, and when the more frequently see this kind of numbers, repetitive numbers or things like that, more aware you are and more you are in touch with the other dimension. That's what it means. So interestingly, just before our session started, I was searching what the signifies for the 222. It written here, angel number 222 signifies good fortune in finances, relationships, and career, as well as a reminder to work towards your soul's purpose. This number is often associated with the moon and receiving multiple sources of income. For singles, it is considered as a sign that true love is coming or that a soulmate is near. So it sounds good. So that's what is written. There are a lot of people or the psychics, or they have studied those numbers and collected a lot of data. So some of them, maybe I'm just, but I resonate with that. It is definitely some kind of, to me, it is a number of prosperity, the financial prosperity to be specific, and harmony in relationship. The financial prosperity and harmony in relationship. So it is, these are the areas is directly, affects our life, our, physical existence on this planet Earth. So mainly three things we are here. One is about the monetary, and one is about our health, and one is relationship. These three things are the main issues, and these are all our karma and all these things based on that. Our rewards are based on that. So as I often say that some people come and they said, my life is full of problems. So I said, how many? He said, oh, so many. How much? So 10, no more than that. 20, no more. 30, 40, 50, no. Sometimes there's more than 100 problems I have. I said, no, you don't have 100 problems. You have only 3 categories of problems. And so these 3 categories are either it should be health related, yours or somebody else's, or it should be relationship related, or it is monetary matters, financial. That involves job and businesses and properties and all those kind of things. It's only 3. Suppose you have been granted that you have the good health and harmonious relationship with all in your life, both ways, your relationship as well as their response, harmonious, loving, and health, relationship, and monetary, your financial abundance. These 3 things are granted by the divine. So tell me how much of your so-called 100 problems, 100 plus problems, how many of them are left now? So they think and they say, no, I don't recall any. Some people, they do find out some. They say, no, my case is little, complicated. I just, there was some medical treatment is so costly, I lost my savings of my life. I said, yeah, but it is a combination of these two, health and money. Or somebody is fighting legal battle with their relatives on a court for the family property. So here also this is the monetary and relationship is involved. It can be combination, but basically those problems are related to that. 99%, except 1% is something which doesn't fall into that category. Some people may have those problems that fall into that one category. It is quite rare, So what is that? That problem category is that I am trying too much. I'm meditating and whatever my guru told me I'm following and all, but I'm not getting evolved. Or ascension is one of the truths. I am not getting the ascension, or I am not getting enlightened. This particular matter, it does not fall into this category of health, money, and relationships. Is something else. So that it is only rare, as I said, only 1% people are facing this, and it is spiritual in nature. So it doesn't fall into those external life categories. So other than that, mostly like that. So all those we will go through each and every peace, love, light, and ascension. We'll go through each and every one of them and we'll understand about that. So which will basically give us that we relook into all aspects, fundamentals of whatever we're doing on this auspicious day. We'll do that. And as just I mentioned, the 222, the angelic number that I read you, that is also, I feel if the message is coming from the higher dimension to our group today, this is what it is coming in the good fortune, particularly in the finances, career, relationships, they are coming. Okay. All right. So now let us go. The topic is selected. First is peace of mind is foundation for growth. Okay. So what the significance of peace? Here, what in our not in our case, suppose any country or any society, if there is any peace into that country, only then the growth is possible. If the country is at war with another country or a society, there is a fighting going on, so there is no peace, that particular section or that particular society cannot have the growth. So the peace is directly linked to the growth. It gives the fundamental stability where the foundation of growth can be placed into. So that is a requirement for any kind of growth, whether it's a growth into your knowledge and so higher knowledge and all. You cannot get knowledge if the system is not stable. You need to have certain stable in the system. In in the family, as a person, I can grow if the family is stable. Family is a peace there in the family. If the family is infighting going on all the time, every day, chaotic, you cannot have that. The growth will not happen. Same with the financial issues. In the turbulent time, financial growth is not possible. If there is any peace, then only, if suppose some organization, it is stable, it is peaceful, then only that progress and growth of that company happen. If the company in doldrum, you cannot expect that kind of growth because all energy will go there to sort out the problems and issues rather than putting it in the growth curve. So it is there. So this is understandable. When our personal life it comes, so this peace actually does not mean about the peace of those whatever just now I mentioned. Like it is, we are not talking about the outside peace. For personal growth, you need peace of mind. Mind should be calm, peaceful. Then personal growth is possible. Your mind is turbulent, then your personal growth is not possible. Means all the time if you are worrying, if you are thinking too much, or if you are panicking, that means you have an unstable mind. With that, your growth is not, personal growth is not possible. So understand that. So there is a value of the peace. How to go there, that is a different matter. That we will discuss. But just understand that we need peace of mind to grow, like any places. We need certain condition, situation, so that the growth can happen. And our inner growth can happen, our personal growth can happen when we maintain our peace of mind. Even I go to that extent that if you have to trade anything in your life and other side your peace of mind, you always choose your peace of mind. Yeah. Something is duty you have to do, you have to, fight for the right causes and you have to show your, support or this and that and whatever. If you have to judge one side is your peace of mind, other side is any of that in your life, always you choose peace of your mind. This I give as a teaching. So one is even something is right thing to do and other side is peace of mind. Means if you do the right thing, you will lose peace of mind. It is not worth it. Why? That fundamental understanding that I am explaining today, because if you are not stable, if you are not at peace, your growth, your power to take action or your power to take even a decision is not possible. Because you are disturbed, your decision will be erroneous decisions, that consequences will follow. So peace of mind is an essential prerequisite for the growth. From where the growth will come? Growth will come from your decisions, your actions and the words. Yeah. All this will be erroneous if it will come from an unstable mind or mind under fear or panic or too much of thinking or unstable. Yeah, that is not the right thing come from that kind of mind. So peace of mind is the requisite for our own growth. So in spirituality or whenever you like to grow in life, what is you to grow in life that is different to different people. I'm not talking about the external growth or growing as by age or height or money or whatever. I'm not talking that. Whenever you grow as a human being, that is, then you need your peace of mind to grow. Whether it is reflected in the external world or not doesn't matter. So that is a different thing altogether. A person can have a huge wealth, have a huge property, huge bank balance, but that person can be a very small man because the heart is not open. Okay, nobody wanted to interact and all those kind of things. They just come and show their ego here and there. But so that particular type of character is a useless from the soul point of view. That life is wasted because you have not grown in terms of your, the spiritual growth by experiences. Always you go to the other way around. You go down into that. So anyway, so that we learn either through experiences or by knowledge we acquire or we follow some wise people or their teachings and all, then we can come to that level whether we can grow. But no matter from where we are getting it, from it is our direct experience or while overcoming challenges of life or the wisdom we get received from the masters, no matter, unless until our mind is peaceful, nothing will work. We need the tranquil water or the pond in the water will be stable and clear, then only it will reflect the sky. But if it is muddied, all the time there is some turbulence, it cannot reflect anything. So it has to first that dust and not dust, the mud particle need to settle. So same here with the mind. It needs to settle down. It has to, we need to maintain the peace so that all this knowledge it can absorb. We are in a condition where it can able to accept knowledge rather than doing fighting and for all other things, issues in life. Okay. So that's why peace is that important. So peace. So what is here? Peace is your own peace of mind. That is a prerequisite for your own growth. Yeah. If somebody else's grow, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you have to grow. No? It doesn't matter if somebody else become big and you become, asking somehow you are related, my mama, chacha, aisa hai, waisa. It doesn't matter, but you have to grow. So it is there. Next point is about peace with our own life. So now, most of the time, if you see, go into the why we don't have our peace of mind. Fundamentally, as I just mentioned, without your own peace of mind, you cannot grow. Then question is, what is the deal? I can have my peace of mind, but check the reality. Is it? Are you maintaining peace of mind all the time? Most of the time, it is not. What is going on in your mind? Either you are grudging something happened in the past, maybe happened 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years back. Somebody told you something, insulted you, cheated you. Yeah, you will keep thinking about that, or misbehaved with you. Keep on thinking about that, or you worry about the future. What will happen if that happens? If I die, if I lose money, if I fall sick, if I cannot take care of my children, my family, and or what will happen to me if I lose my job? All these things, these are worries about your future, which not happened, and statistically proven that almost more than 90% it will never happen. But still we are thinking all the time. It constant chattering, it never stops in our mind. And they are uninvited, means you don't have any control. They keep coming automatically, keep coming and going, and all those kind of things. So that is that's what happening in our own mind. So if we cannot stop the chattering of our mind, how can it be? It can never be peaceful. It's all the time the water in the pond is muddied. You cannot have the reflection and the purity of the cleanliness. You cannot have it. Neither you can drink this water or do anything. Yeah. So that means by nature, it is disturbed mind. By nature, it is, we call it a chattering mind. Chattering not necessarily always negative. Some people maybe keep on thinking positive things. It is possible, but most of the time it is negative. Hardly few, they all the time think about positive thinking, all the time. Because if you keep your own thought journal, if every minute you note down what is the current thought in your mind, 2-3 words, and that's called journaling of your thoughts. If you maintain your journal, most of the time you will see whatever you have written, most of them are either you are grudging something happened in the past, or you are worrying about the future unnecessarily. Because what you have is a present moment. The spiritually, that understand present moment, whatever the past has happened, what did you thinking about it? And future, whatever you are thinking, worrying, at 90% cases, nothing will happen, if not more, maybe 95% or so. It will never happen, those you are thinking about. But keep still thinking, and these kind of thoughts draw on a lot of our energies. So, and we get tired doing nothing because thoughts are chattering, mind is there. Then we practice, to obtain peace of mind, we practice meditation. Meditation is the method to calm down our mind first. And for that, more this chattering happens, your life get disbalanced, and that disbalance cannot bring the peace within you. If you want to do some experiment, so just do this. You stand in 1 feet on your own. You need not to show to anybody. Stand in, suppose on one leg, fold the other, and just do certain practice by hand, like do this kind of exercise, just in one, like one foot on the ground, one leg, another leg is lifted. Front side, back side, doesn't matter. You just lift it. then if you can, or you just stay in that posture for some time. Most of the time you'll see you will not be able to stand still. You will fall down. Or fall down or need to put immediately the other leg to support you. You cannot stand on one leg. Even if you are not doing anything, just standing. Means after a certain time, you feel you are losing the balance. Why this happens? This happens because your mind is chattering, and that is creating disbalance. See, impact is physical. Your imbalance or disturbance is not physical. There is no wind blowing there or not, somebody is pushing you, but you will fall down because you are unstable internally. Why? Because thoughts are going, you are either grudging something happened in the past or worrying about the future. If you meditate and do the same thing, you will be able to stand firm. All the yogis, they practice. You see, many yogis you might have heard, they practice on one leg and, standing for, days and months together. I'm not going to that level, but that shows that stability of your physical body simply by controlling the mind, simply bringing the peace of mind. You can stabilize your system. Anyway, so I hope you get the point. So to get to peace with our own life, you have to stop thinking. As I told, it is by meditation. Also, if there are real, the wounds or your memories are so strong, there are many that they have been abused, they have been mistreated. There are genuinely, none of their fault. So maybe they have been childhood trauma and things like that. Yeah. So this is very common, by the way. It's quite common. So it is natural that they cannot come to peace of mind because these things keep on bothering them. Or there is injustice happened, or they cannot speak out. Something happened, they cannot speak out because they know it will danger themselves more if they speak out. In certain situations, they become internally wounded, and they never get this kind of peace of mind. So for them, just simple meditation may not work. They need to heal that things first. For that, we have that spiritual masters and all, they can help them to come out of that. Many of you, without your knowing, if you come in touch with any master, I'm not saying it is personal property of someone or few, any spiritual master, without telling, the first thing to do, they heal their system. So all the trauma, all the pain, all these blocks, all these things, they're healed and healed. Simply getting, somebody comes into their energy field. So they come into their proximity, the healing automatically happens. Even they're asking. Because in the very high vibration, those kind of trapped energies, they cannot stay there. If you see that, if you put some water in a container, like it's a clear container, say, and not like this bottle, but suppose there is a container in the kettle. You put some water. If you see that when the water got warm up, the bubbles comes out of that. Earlier there was no bubble, no air. So from where this bubble is coming? Nobody injecting air into it. Those bubbles were all dissolved into that water. When the temperature goes up, the bubbles get released. They form the bubble, come together, form the bubble, they get released from the top. When it goes to the level of going to some transformation from water to steam, then you never know from where thousands of bubbles generated and goes out. They can bubble out with making sounds and other things, but from where all those air were there? It's surprising, that small amount of water creating so many bubbles. What happened when you poured the water and when it is all just about to, the boil or boiling, difference is the temperature. Same here. When you go in proximity of any person, any master of very high vibration, by induction effect, your system, your vibration goes up. Yeah? And whatever the trapped energies into your system, where it is, don't bother. You need not to know where it is. Just like these air bubbles were there, where it was there before, don't bother. Don't bust your brain. But effect is clear, right? Just now I explained. Yeah. If you put it just maybe for water to make a cup of tea or whatever the purpose, but you see from where the bubble's coming, same type of thing happens energetically. That heals you. That automatically, whatever the trapped energies, no matter some of the trauma, childhood drama, trauma, even some trauma involved drama, they get released. Some of them, so much happened even there is some trauma associated with the birth. At the time of birth also you undergo huge amount of trauma. And many of the things we consciously don't remember, but those are impressions are there into our system. Again, where they are stored, don't bother. Okay, but it is there. It is attached to us. Those trauma, those pain, and things like that. Sometimes, if we undergo very painful, experiences, then there is something called collective pain. We get connected into that as well. Yeah. So, and because pain becomes so high that it completely controls us, because of that we are sharing the collective pain of the humanity on planet Earth. Anyway, so forget about those things. Those are happening, those are real, and those who experiences, they know it. Sometimes they don't know it, but they experience it, the pain. So what it does, you need to go to that level where, as I mentioned, one of the method is if you come in contact in the energy field of any master, that your system start changing. Yeah. Start changing and you start evolving. You're coming out from the daldal of that. Maybe nothing is happening externally into your external world. You are saying, oh, earlier also I was doing that job, now also I'm doing that job. My income was there before and now also I have this kind of income. I didn't grow. This is your misunderstanding. Okay. Because it is inside out. Outside it will reflect later on. What will happen, it will happen very fast. But you need to change them, heal it from the source. That's what I mentioned, all these points, to make you understand that clear thinking, peaceful mind will not automatically happen. If you have a suppressed pain or anxiety and years of suppressed, negative emotions, they need to go first before you achieve that kind of level when it will happen. In fact, sometimes it will feel like the opposite thing is happening. It can come as symptoms. Some headache may start, something which was not there before. If you talk to any master, they will tell you, don't bother. It's okay. Feel it. If sometimes some emotions comes, some say they start like crying. I got many such things. I'm feeling this pain. I feel like, crying. I'm feeling sad and this thing. I say, cry it out. It's okay. You are protected. It is fine. Basically just those trapped energies are coming out from the emotional way or thing like that. Some behavioral change may happen temporarily. Yeah. Just like in the bubbling it out, the surface of the water will be completely turbulent. But it is for the ultimate good. It is just making the water ready for the tea or whatever it is. So that is what is happening. Anyway, so that's why sometimes it feels like it is going in a negative direction. But don't worry, because it is a process has started. If nothing was happened, then it is a worrisome message. Two things can happen. Means if nothing is happening, two things may be the reason. One is you have completed it. You have cleaned it. Everything, whatever need to go has gone. So nothing is coming out. That's a good sign. Another sign is because of some reason or other, you are not coming to that level of temperature where the bubbling can start. It has not started yet. A lot of things needs to do. If the masters will know what exactly happening, they will guide you, even if without you knowing. They will tell you to do something. I'm sure sometimes you feel like some master is suggesting you something which is not logical and little bit found ridiculous. Yeah. Many people, they are facing some problem and, consulted me. And then maybe we guided that, okay, you do one thing, you go to a lawn and walk barefoot. I'm thinking, what this fellow is telling me, I am facing this threatening in my life situation, and just walking on the barefoot on the grass will work. Don't be judgmental, just follow. Because this walking on the grass is a part of the process. You need to be grounded, It's a part of the process. That is not all of it. You will see the effect later on. This effect later on also has many people have different expectations about the results, and they are suffering because of expectations, not because of the actuals. Because the truth is, it takes time. If the more deep pain and this kind of wounds are there, it takes time because it goes layer by layer, like an onion, it's peeling off. Ultimately, it will reach some place where there is nothing. But till you go there, you have to keep opening things. And each and every layer, it takes time. Okay. So it needs the Shraddha and Saburi. It needs patience. Don't leave the process. Just go. Because ultimately, it will reach to some that kind of level of purity and clarity. But we are habituated. Of course, it is injected by our own ego to give some kind of time frame. We think ourselves, all of us, we become a management guru, time and monitoring and then a milestone achievement and the progress rate of percentage and change graph and all it. We, maybe because of our education system, we started thinking about that, that language and that way. And when we apply that kind of management tools into our own thing, we find maybe it's too slow. We are failing. My advice is stop that kind of using those kind of tools. It is completely non-linear. Because the thing where it is coming, there is no time and space. But what needs to be done, it is being done. Rate of change, progress, it is your personal view. And absolutely that doesn't follow the linear time. So that much let me tell you. And in this regard, it is very, to give a practical example, normally the example is given like, there is a Chinese bamboo, I think. There is they are the longest, tallest bamboo, trees. So what happens if there is seed is planted and the farmer is, watering that seed, 2 years, nothing happens. Nothing comes out, not even a small sprout, nothing. So in a normal, logic, it is wasted. Maybe it will never come up, gone. So what is the point watering that? Maybe after 1 year, stop watering. Then that will never sprout, that particular bamboo tree. But if you stop your judgmental mind, stop your thinking, stop your logic, if you keep on watering, then after 2 years or so, long time, exact time I don't remember, but in approximately that, some years later, it just starts sprouting. You keep on watering, within 3 or 4 months, it reaches to 20 feet tall. Very fast, multiple branches come out and goes very fast. In just 2 months or 3 months, 20 feet or more. Yeah. Go to the actual height. So if you see that the transformations are happen this way, whatever the 2 years of daily pouring water onto that seed is not gone wasted. This is the reason when it start sprouting, it grows within a 2 months, 20 feet. You cannot compare what happened that 2 years time to that next 2 months, what happened. That's absolutely amazing. That looks like a magic. But this was a prerequisite to have that plant to grow. If you stop, as I mentioned, if you stop, it will never grow. It will never sprout. Gone. So if you follow common logic, what will it do? You said, hey, so I wasted my effort and water and all so much. See, I'm getting punished for nothing and did 1 year and nothing happened and all those kind of things. So don't worry. You are being watered and it will come at the right time. Just with Shraddha and Sabri, be patient. It will come. Only our thought, as I mentioned, ego control that by giving us some logic and 1 year happened and how long it takes. Look at the other plant, look at this plant. Every plant is unique. Okay. It will take its own time. That's what we call it. It is in the divine time it will happen. What makes you to the patience? Patience makes you to the understanding of the whole thing, the awareness. Awareness will come a little later. Just see what it is. I hope you understand now about the peace with our own life, peace of our own life. It needs our healing of the whatever wounds we might have. And for that, it is, if you need help, ask for a help. You need maybe some healing. Some of the wounds, maybe you don't know. Some of the healings you require, maybe you are not consciously aware. But those becomes a prerequisite for your own, peace of mind. Because of that, if they keep on pinching, so like there is a small nail on your foot, then you cannot walk properly. Same way, every time it comes and pricks you. Same here. All the thoughts can prick you. So that need to be healed, that need to go. And the technique is that raising your vibration and go into that. It can possible by that the guidance of any master. It will happen. Sure. Okay, peace with others and external life events. Okay. So most of the times what happens is, no matter what happens, I explained you so many things happen in the background. And as our mind cannot justify why it is happening, they easily find out the immediate cause. Maybe one of the family member is abusive, or maybe the boss is shouting every day we go to the office, or whatever, the immediate reason. So they found that is the cause of their problems in their life. Yeah. So there maybe that is not correct. I'm not justifying that whatever they're doing is correct. That may be one of the contributing factor. But definitely those are not the main root causes of your, peace of mind, absence of your peace of mind. So what you need to do is, or to put it in other words, to maintain your peace of mind, it is 100% under your control. Without your permission, nobody can enter in your mind and disturb you. If looking at somebody, maybe that fellow has treated me badly and all those things, and so whenever they say and do something, or maybe they put some Facebook post and we get irritated and so angry. What does that mean? Or if you take the name of that person, we get angry. That means that person is controlling you. It is still controlling. You cannot, everybody has a free will. You cannot take control of that person or what they say, how they behave. Even they are abusing, whatever they are posting, whatever they are saying about you, you don't have any control. But what control you have is you. So take control of your mind. Take the responsibility of your mind so that no Tom, Dick and Harry can come and play with it. You know, most of the cases or most of the people, they face some point of their life, maybe in the family or work or somewhere, some kind of narcissistic people. Yeah. Narcissistic people means they are taking pleasure of punishing or creating pain to others. Yeah, they feel some kind of um, some kind of perversion joy, perverted joy into all this kind of doing all those things. Yeah. This kind of narcissistic people, what they are good at, they know which thing issue they bring, which can make your fuse blown up, to trigger you. We call it trigger. That fellow triggered me. Yeah. Means they know which issue they will bring so that they can you get affected, or you will react, or you are emotionally, you will get, immediately you will blast off. Yeah? They know that, and they will intentionally bring those issues to trigger you. When you are triggered, they will enjoy the show. So here you say, no, that person, he did it to me. Okay, he did it to me. That effect is happening to you. So control yourself. It is possible to get detached from it. Main thing is to detachment. We come to a certain level where they don't matter. What they are saying, doing, it doesn't matter. Truly, I'm not saying, when saying something is, I'm fully detached, but then they said something wrong words about you and you get triggered. Okay. That means that you do get affected. So you have to come to that level. Then those are not affecting you. It can be a person, even the events. You come to the level that you are detached from the event. Detached doesn't mean the running away, by the way. I'm just, detachment, you be there. In spirituality, it is called Jal Kamal Vat Jivan. Like you born in the mud, lotus, flower lotus. You born in the mud, grown up in the mud. You are, expressing yourself in the mud, but no mud can touch you. Forget about mud. Even a drop of water cannot touch. If you put a dropper and put one drop or few drops of water on the petal of that lotus, it will just drop off. It will not absorb, or it will not touch. Water will not stay there. Same way you have to live here. Not relocating yourself. You be there. In Ramakrishna Paramahansa, they used to teach same issue. He used to say, in the mud, in the sansar of mud, means so many dirty and this world, be like there is something small fish called pakal mach. Pakal mach means the small fishes who stay in the mud. Yeah? In Bengal, they call pakal mach, small fish. Anyway, he said, you be like that. You live in the mud, but that fish, mud cannot touch that. No stain is there on that, on the, the surface, on the skin of the fish, but it stays there. Okay, same here. Not only this kind of pakal mach, any kind of fish, they have certain scale. It will not stay there. The mud and all this will not stay there. Anyway, so that is the type of detachment, not by relocating or running away or changing your environment. Like, if I don't like this atmosphere, I put air conditioner. It's not like that. Yeah? You be there. You need not to change or relocate, but you internally, you have to have that power to get detached from it, so that they cannot interfere into your business. So that detachment is a spiritual tool, and that can be learned from that, so that you can take control of your own life. Yeah. Peace with world and existence. Yeah. Here comes about our own judgment about the world and the society and the humanity in general. Our view plays a major role into all those kind of things. We often hear people say this big bad world, and how can I raise my children and expose them to this bad world, negative, this thing, that thing. Okay, but the truth is, The world is the way it is. It is neither bad nor good. It is we who are judgmental about different aspects of it. And when we focus mainly on the negative things. And that's why it is a big bad world. Whenever you say, talk about, about some place, many part of the world, they will talk about mainly the negative things about that piece of the land on the part of earth. But maybe there are many people, the criminals, there are some bad politicians, there are dictators, and many bad people are staying there into the land. But they are not the only one that stay. There are many, many people. There may be good people, spiritual people, nice people. They are staying there. Nobody talk about that. And that's why you think, because news means something bad has to happen mostly. Then when you listen to any news or any TV channel or read any newspaper or anything, if the 90% of the things written there are what bad happened to which part of the world, then it is quite common. Subconsciously, you will start believing the world is the big bad world out there, with a bad place to live in. So there is, I'm not saying you are completely wrong. There are some systematic way of keeping people subjugated through fear. That is also there. The many systems are running based on the fear. Yeah. But that does not mean that there is no way out and the positive things are not there. You have to find it out. Because those are the people who got detached from it. They detach from the need of claiming the good thing also. They don't need marketing. Why? Because they bring back their power and all those things. Even if you don't ask, they will not say anything. They just be. But all the issues, whatever in this world, there are answers. If you're really interested in pursue that in search of excellence, that Mahatma Gandhi also written that you start your own experience in search of the excellence, you search of the truth, you search of the peace, or you search of that missing in this world. Mahatma Gandhi, I mentioned, he said, whatever change you like to see in the world, start with yourself. Something like that. So that means if you change, what was meant is if you change, your nazariya, your way of looking of the world changes, the world will change for you. You don't see the world as a big bad place full of criminals or horrendous things happening every day or every minute, or there are a lot of people are good at statistics. They say something XYZ things and negative things are happening every so many minutes, some part of the world. That is true. But many good things are also happening all around the world as well. Otherwise, you would not have been alive, and would not have been, live whatever the way you are in this way. So there must be some good thing happening as well. So that we are living, we are healthy, we are having have a shelter and food and all those kind of minimum requirement, that shows that there must be something is happening good as well. Otherwise, we could not have come up to this point. The way if we projected these things, we could have been long time gone. Anyway, so the point I'm making is that you have to, on your own way, you have to find out the truth. Maybe so many bad things happening in the world, it triggers you to go into that and find out, that's okay, because you use it as a trigger. That is also fine. But don't take judgment based on how many people are talking, how many channels are reporting, and how many newspapers are publishing what kind of news. That is not the thing. You understand from your own way, do your own research, and then you find it out. And my approach of this is very simple. Forget about, don't take responsibility of the whole world. You are not given that responsibility. It's none of your business, actually. What's happening all around the world. you take care of your world. Your whatever you call a small world, it's small world. Take responsibility who are immediately attached with you, whether it is your family or friends and work colleagues and your environment where you live in. Whichever is directly under influence, you purify that. Okay. What you can do, what you can easily do. I'm not saying go out of the way and do big things and give big charity, donate everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying whatever possible, keep your own environment clean. Rather than complaining. There will be some people to complain about. It's okay. But what I'm saying is, if you can take only that, your life will change. Your life is what is happening immediately around you. Not only that, not only what is happening around you, how you perceive them. Many times I explain same event, but 5 people take in 5 different ways. So event is same. That means it is not a different event happened to these 5 people. Their capacities to absorb that event is different. And if you see, the most least affected person is most peaceful. They are at peace with themselves. They accept it. Acceptance is the key. Accept of what is, because that is, you are in the truth. You are not denying, neither running away, not twisting it, not giving it any kind of color. Just be as it is. Yes, this is happened. It is not unpleasant, but question is it under my direct control to correct it? If the answer is no, just pray to the divine to take care of it. That's all. You need not to do anything because you don't have given the responsibility, neither you have power to do that. But by this process, so-called your contribution to that will be there because you feel something, express that, and whoever has the power to please take care of it. It is beyond my control and capacity and power. Okay. All right. So this is about the world and existence in general. If you extend it further, is something happening wrong with the trees or animals and environment? Do your bit. Yeah, that will bring you the peace rather than thinking about, oh, it is so much thing is happening, the pollution is happening and things like that. Okay, they are happening, but you do whatever you can. That's it, and leave it there. Okay. Next is everything in life we love. Now let us come to the understanding of what is love. Yeah, I call it that we call everything in our life, we brand it as a love. Say, somebody say, I love, say, ice cream, or I love, my children or spouse or parents, or I love a place. So I love, say, Mumbai, or some places to go, or some activity. I love, jogging, walking. I love gardening. All we love, or we love certain sports. Like I love cricket. I love football. Everything we love. So we put love level in everywhere. What I call it कि हम तो love का चटनी बना के रख दिया. मन सब हर कोई जगह में love करके. This is how you use the word love. There are 2 most misinterpreted and misused words in this world. The 2 are, one is God and other is love. We used it so many places, and most of them, they doesn't fit there and they doesn't mean that. Yeah. But anyway, so that's how we use, that is culture, that is a practice. So the question is here, the peace, and then we say love. So out of this love for our family, or some food item like ice cream, or say I love, say, dosa, or I love pizza or whatever, any food item or anything you like, or whereby some ladies say, I love this necklace, or I love this earring, or somebody say, I love this brand, I love this kind of t-shirt from so and so, or I love some shoes of one certain brand, or everything we love. Anyway, so out of that, which one we are talking here? This love, when we are saying that for our own journey, which love we are talking about? We are talking about none of these. What we are basically talking here about the unconditional love means there is no transaction. Means it is one way. It is like a waterfalls. Waterfalls is coming, water is falling and going. That's it. Or sunlight is coming, receiving. We are not giving anything back, just coming and receiving. Unconditional love is in the like that. So the love we are talking here or on the spiritual path is unconditional love. Means it comes from the source and expresses itself. There is no transaction involved. All the places when you use the word love, there is the transaction is involved heavily. Suppose if we, love our family, that's nothing wrong in that, very good. But there is some self-interest is there. Like family will also do for me if I am in trouble. That expectation automatically comes. If I love some sports, that means we expect that sports will give me the thrill and excitement and adventure what I am looking for, or at least it will entertain me. There is expectation is there. So like that, if you go to any of the things you love, there is some expectation in return. Some food item you love means you taste good and you will enjoy that taste, and that's what you are looking for. Otherwise, if that particular food item does not give you the taste, you will don't like it. So it is not unconditional. It has got a condition attached to it. Anyway, but here it is unconditional love, what we are talking here. It is none of the love we normally know and use. So it is completely something else. Now, this why it is unconditional love, from where that it will coming? We say the source we are giving it, but again, I cannot give what I don't have, and which is absolutely right. Here, this unconditional love, to make it flow through you, you need to connect to the source. That source, when we connect, then unconditional love flow through us. And that source is our creator, from where all this love is coming and flowing. Even human beings are manifestation of love, prema sarupa. So, what you need to do, what are the external love you have to drop, what will remain? You automatically express yourself with pure love. Only your way is to stop playing love game with all these things in your life. When the game is stopped, the truth will reveal itself. So that will express itself and that will transform you. So I will come to the transformation a little later. Because you connected to the source, you need not to have it to give it. This understanding has to go. It is not about having it and giving it. It is about connecting it so that you are only the channel, you are only the connector between the source and the receiver. In the process, you will get the joy of pure love flowing through you. And that state is a spiritual state, where all the spiritual people, all the masters, they belong. The love, they're expressing love. They're not giving love. It is not something is stored that you are supplying to others. It is just, as I mentioned, connecting, and you are expressing through it. So you need not to have it. You need to just get the connection of the source, and that's it. It is none of your business to find out how many was there, whether it is quantified, not quantified. Doesn't matter. Just connect, and it will open by itself, and it start flowing. So, how do you then activate the connection with the source? That tool, that state is called self-love. Self-love is just your own being, rather than collecting so-called lovely things from outside and raising expectation, and sometimes it doesn't meet your expectation, the love converted into hate. This, Luka-Chupi game, stop all those. Yeah. Because those you are loving, you are creating expectation, and you are planting the seed of dissatisfaction and frustration starting from that. It sounds to be a bit tough, but that is the truth. Most of us, when we are planting the seed of dissatisfaction and frustration, when we start playing with the game of love with the external world, of anything or anyone. Yeah. Cut all those things, take the power back. And then what will happen, that your higher self, your soul consciousness, is already connected with the universal consciousness, which is source of everything, which created us out of love. Connect to that powerful love. Okay, so first you know how to connect with your soul consciousness, which is already connected to the infinite love, truly infinite. When you fully connected, that time it is called you become love. Because your physical entity is expressing that divine love, what your soul is connected with. That is a state. Again, self-love means it is not creating the self, creating within yourself. You are not creating anything. You are connecting it. With your higher self, you are connecting. The state you become, that is your state of self-love. Means you don't need anything from anyone, any love or something. If somebody gives, welcome. Okay. If somebody expresses love to you, I'm not saying you have to run away. I'm saying that your source is your higher self, the connection, so that you use your physical body to express pure love. Wherever you go, whomsoever you meet, whatever you talk, that give the expression of that. Whatever you do with that, after that, so that becomes your compassion. Your action become compassion. Compassion means love in action. Pure love in action called compassion. Okay. You can maybe just giving little bit, some animal is threatened by thing. You give a protection to that animal, or something of you take care of someone in need without expecting anything, or you maybe some praying for someone, sending healing to someone to reduce the pain at least, if not completely cured by tomorrow. Okay. As I mentioned, don't take the time into consideration, because you don't have that control. It is all controlled by the divine. So you have to only do one way, pray and channel. If you praying anyone can do, just pray that. So what will happen? This will give you some kind of opening up the expression of unconditional love. This will transform you. When you start practicing it, the joy of giving and the power of love will transform you. Okay. And that is only happen if it is unconditional, and definitely no expectation in return of whatsoever be the kind, not even a thank you. The moment any expectation enters into this business, the seed of frustration or something, judgment or some ego game will take chance to get into it and spoil the whole thing. Some point or other, any other time. Yeah. Even if somebody is praising you, yeah, You will, if it is not unconditional, then you expect that similar thing happened to that person again another time, also praise, and that day if the person didn't praise you, you will feel upset. Okay, so what I am saying is, I am not saying you accept the positive, ignore the negative. I'm not saying that. I'm saying whatever coming from the external, you just get detached from it. If it comes, it's well and good. Thank you. If it doesn't come, that is also okay, because I'm not expecting anything from you anyway. I'm connected. I'm fulfilled. We are energetically sovereign. We are complete by ourselves. We don't need anything. Yeah. We want, yes, hundreds of things we want, and that's our business of our ego. And that makes our life what we explained earlier. Okay. So many things, so many painful situations and life experiences. Anyway. Now we are, so that is about the self-love and compassion. Compassion is love in action. So when we are empowered with self-love, we are expressing everything in self-love. Whatever action we take, that is the expression of compassion, love in action. And that transforms our life. Okay. Then let us talk about light. What is the light? So most of the time when we walk our path, life path, we face huge obstacles. All of us, we know that. A lot of problem, lot of obstacle, lot of different type of people, different type of characters, different type of events, lot of challenges and all those things. So fundamentally, if you by facing all these things, if you start thinking that what's wrong I have done, why I'm facing so many unnecessary challenges and all those things, and then you put a blame to XYZ. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. No need. If you think further, go introspect, then you will come to know that the reason you are facing challenges because you are approaching life blindfolded. Means all the informations you don't have. It's not possible to have. Our mind has not got the capacity to have all the informations beforehand. It is same like walking on a very pitch dark night. You're walking on the street. It is very easy to hit with a stone or bang with some kind of wall or hit with a lamppost on your head because you don't see anything. Stumble upon any pothole and fall on the things, and exactly like that normally we live our life. So many challenges comes because you are walking blindfoldedly. We're walking in the dark, pitch dark. Okay, so in our life, what is that darkness? That we have to face stumbling blocks everywhere. That darkness is the darkness of ignorance. As I mentioned, we don't have all the knowledge. We don't have the pre-information of everything. Even if I have some information of someone on that particular moment, when I'm going to talk to someone, what mood that person will be, we don't know. Maybe we just say, hello, how are you? And just say some bad words to me. I didn't say anything. And that upset me. And then things come, then start fighting and quarreling and all this kind of things happen thereafter. But anyway, so what basically that I am saying is that is ignorance. Yeah, because it is not possible to have all the knowledges and all those things. So what will change the scenario in the road, walking in the road scenario, pitch dark condition? So if we bring a torchlight, then at least we can see, or if I'm driving, then maybe some headlight. Then at least I'm seeing where I'm traveling this direction, what are the things are there, at least certain distance we can see. Then our journey will be safer. From that will definitely improve. That is called the light of awareness. If we started understanding of the truth, different aspects of life, that is called we are in the awareness. Now, still, wherever you put the light or the torch, only that area will lit up. That is also not full, little bit, so that we have rough idea where we should go, where we should not go. But transformation of life happens when everything is lit up like a sunlight, daylight. Everything is seen, even 2 kilometers away, what are the possible, blocks, and the road is actually took turn right way, but it was not seen from if you see the shorter distance, it was not known, but after 2 kilometers, I have to take a right turn. Without knowing, if I start going, I will hit something, some wall maybe, or mountain will come. So I cannot go there. So I have to take turn. All these will be visible. When everything is lit up, that is the highest level of awareness possible, and that is enlightenment. Lit up, light and light. So that from the darkness of ignorance to the full awareness, which is enlightenment, that is a journey. From this to that is called spiritual journey. And for that spiritual journey, you need a guru. Guru means guide, basically, because you don't see everything on your own. So you have to at least follow someone or hold hand of someone who can take you, who can see further. Guru literally means who dispel the darkness. Guru, when Guru is darkness, Ru who removes it. Okay. So this is the thing. So you need, when you get enlightened, that whole of your awareness reaches to certain point, whether you are aware of everything, then the job of your guru is over. You need not to that. You don't need that guide. So you just you can see everything and move forward. So that is about the state of enlightenment and that is the level of awareness what I'm talking. Vibrational ascension towards the divine light. Okay. So what makes it from the journey from this completely in the dark till the enlightenment? This ascension, the changes. Ascension means going up. What is going up here? We are not here. Some people, they say they are enlightened and they are also walking in the same road. I am also walking in the same road. How come we ascend? That ascension is not physical. This ascension is vibrational. Their vibration is higher than the common people. And by the way, the higher, there is no limit. Okay. But earlier we talked, this has been done by Dr. David Hawkins in his book, Power versus Force. Anyway, so we use that. But concept is clear, but he quantified it. 250 hertz is neutral, but spiritual journey starts once heart is open, which is 500. 500 and above, love and above vibration. 500, 600, 700. When it crosses 700 and one can stay there permanently, that is a sustained enlightenment. Why I'm using word the sustain? Because all the time they are above 700. There are many, cases possible where people temporarily touch 700 plus, but their own vibration is not up to that level. Maybe they are vibrating at 300, 400, or 500. So after that, they come down to and stabilize there. These temporary experiences, they happen when they meditate, when they go to expanded awareness. So then you touch upon that, the enlightenment experience. In spiritual terminology, it's called Satori. Satori means temporary enlightenment. Satori can be given by a master just by touching. If some master touches your forehead, Shaktipat, it is possible. But if you yourself do high level of Kriya and stomach breathing, extra breathing exercises and raise your vibration, it can temporarily touch there. That's called Pranapat, which you can do on your own, Prana Shakti. When the master do those things, that is called Shaktipat. It is not your vibration. The master is just connecting it and transferring the vibration to you. Shaktipat also, you can temporarily experience that thing as our master gives a holy hug. They transfer that energy to you and you experience temporarily of that kind of 700 plus. That is called Satori. Because more prolonged time goes, it comes down. Okay. It is like evaporating. If you put a water in an open plate, slowly water will evaporate. Maybe by next day, it will be completely dried up. There is no water left there. You will see. But anyway, same here. So unless until you top up regularly, you cannot retain there. And that is where the spiritual practices come. Because you don't get a master to give you Shaktipat every day. So you need to do something to keep it up, top up there. But after that is the sadhana. When you do everything, it will go into your cellular level. Then all cells in your body is vibrating 700 plus. That is your sustained enlightenment. You don't come down from there. You keep that 700 plus all the time. So 24/7. And that is sustained enlightenment. Okay, that is vibrational ascension. I explained to you power of soul consciousness and purification. Okay, earlier I touched upon something called healing. Yeah. Healing can be done by the masters and in contact in their energy field. More vibration will go like a bubbling of the water in the boiling water. It will come out and things like that. But at a certain level, particularly karmic aspects, there are certain karmic aspects are there in your system. It is in your Karan Deha, is the causal body. They are, some impressions are there. They cannot go by some external things or by some influence. That can only go if you yourselves walk the paths towards the enlightenment. It cannot be given from outside. Several layers can be removed, yes. It can be minimized or, it can be weakened, but actual effect, complete cleaning of your system can happen when you directly connect the power of your consciousness. How the power of consciousness we can bring? Just giving focus or attention to that thing what you like to dissolve or purify. Okay. Suppose I also had some addiction, alcoholism, etc. So if somehow I know the technique, this energy of addiction, if I look at this addiction giving attention, then the power of consciousness passes through the attention. Attention or focus is the tool of our consciousness. Wherever we give attention, it dissolves or purifies it. Okay. Like the thoughts are the tool of our mind, the attention, the focus is the tool of our consciousness. And consciousness is always pure. It's created pure, it remains pure. Only the physical body and ego, it contaminates the whole thing. There are some self-healing may be needed or karmic thing need to be addressed by the power of consciousness. And that power of consciousness, we have to bring forward and give our own attention to dissolve it. If you repeatedly do it at one point of time, like addiction and this kind of stuff, get dropped from our system and they cannot have any effect on us. Okay, that we get liberated from it. So this is how we use the power of consciousness to purify ourselves, all aspects of ourselves. So what I'm basically saying, not everything can be borrowed. Even if it can be borrowed, some master can actually purify you, true, but effect will be temporary. As I said, it will be Satori type of thing. It will evaporate after some time. And it is not possible to master to present all the time to top up those things. So you need to develop, you have to go to certain level that they can use your own power of consciousness to heal those areas at a very high level. And that will finally get rid of all these kind of sticky things which might have you are facing in your life for a very long time. So anyway, so that is how we self-purify. Self-purification happens at the very high level, and that makes us ready for the final enlightenment, sustained enlightenment. The next point is enlightenment and embody of divine love and light. So I already mentioned that it is a certain vibration. If you can go 700 plus and hold it there, that is your enlightenment. And in this state, what happens? You operate completely out of pure love. Your heart chakra opens and you become completely channeling the love, and whatever action you take that become a compassion. you are in a full of awareness. Yeah, that it is like a sunlight coming in. Like it is all the aspects of your life. It becomes opens up for you. That is a light of awareness. So you become in the pure love and the light. You are leading your life. So this is that you become embodiment of love and light, and that is the state of enlightenment. And the last point is ascension of this humanity to oneness. So ultimately, so the question is why we need to do all those things. First and foremost, for our own liberation. Yeah. Otherwise, we keep on coming back into the planet Earth. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. We go out of our birth in this cycle. But when the enlightened happen, whatever life it is, then if you choose, then you become the guiding force for others, for the humanity. Because you have already passed your, whatever the things are, the requirements and the purifications, your process is over, but then you choose to guide others. You have already experienced that the power of universal consciousness. Ultimately, that is our moksha, and that is the final destination. We have to go merge with our creator. But before that happens, we come down and again to guide others, and that is how we can contribute to the humanity. We have to contribute with the pure love and the awareness we have elevated to, ascended to. So if we share that, so then the mass shift happens to the humanity. Yeah. It is said that, just I'm giving to understand how much powerful it is. One master, enlightened master, who is holding the sustained enlightenment vibrations, can uplift the consciousness from the darkness to come out of the darkness to 1 million people. Okay. Minimum. That much power it has got. It is exponential power. The influence will be like that. The love and light, that influence is like that. Because it is not the personal capacity it is being in play here. It is just the connection of the infinite. So that's why it's said to the minimum. It will affect the shift, give the positive shift, awareness and the love, opening or activating love, or whatever name you call it. Yeah. You become, they are also in the Western world, they say light workers. Means they are connected to the light, and whatever their job, their work they're doing, that's called light work. Yeah, like distributing the light of awareness to the others. Okay, anyway. So this is it. So that is how you lead your life and help the humanity. You don't claim anything. Neither you need to measure anything. Just surrender yourself to the divine, be the divine instrument, and then help the humanity. That becomes your purpose of your enlightened life. So with this, I will conclude this learning session. So if there is any question, you are welcome to ask me. Let me save all these attendees. One minute, let me save the attendees now. So, okay, Vani, I'm coming to you. Yeah, you can unmute. Let me just save our attendees list and. Yes, Vani, go ahead.
Pranam Guruji. One of the really good sessions, I think, something that is very important for me at this point of life too. But my question is, we are in this world where if you are quiet, people think that you are either weak or you are agreeing with them. So how do we deal with that?
Okay, now that is a good question. My advice, taking from my own experience, for the time being, you just seclude yourself from others, because otherwise your water will be always muddied. Take some time. Even let them win. Okay, don't react, no need. Because first you need to bring your inner world into proper place. No? If you do your practice, don't bother what the people are saying or doing, or they're aggressive or their behavior and all those things. Yeah? First, you have to bring your power back. I call it take the power back from others to you. Okay. Then with your spiritual practice, that will happen. It is not borrowed from anyone. Even the masters, they can only guide you. But the power, what you will use, it is your self-power. It is not borrowed power from anything, anyone. So you first make you empowered with the spiritual tool and the connection. Then you go back to your own field or your own family, your own world, your own society. That time, your way of looking and dealing will be completely different. You will be looking from the empowered position. You are not going neither as a victim nor as an opponent or something. Your approach will dramatically change your life. Again, I'm telling you, it is not absence of the problems. Huh? Even if you take, even suppose, let me take example, what very commonly think is the family members. All the families, there will be somebody or something who create problem. Okay, even Mahatma Gandhi's eldest son, there's a movie also came, Ramchandra, what is his name? Anyway, he was like that. He was against his father. Huh? So every family, there will be something. Even you go to that extent, go to even the spiritual masters and their families. Okay, there will be somebody in their families also. Maybe, somebody maybe they don't believe in God or something of that nature, or they are actively countering whatever the person is doing. If you see, this is also soul's plan. Because they create those kind of issues to check your own conviction. Whether you fall into the trap of these kind of take a alibi and get dropped out of your spirituality, and irrespective of that, you still moving on. When you complete your journey, because there are so many things and so many adversities even in the family and the society and the friend circle and everywhere you face, still you opted to go, you'll be extremely, extremely powerful, and the purification will go very, very high level. So that is ultimately, it will be your reward. Yeah. But when you undergo this process, like it is a climbing a mountain. When you climb the mountain, you'll feel tired, you feel thirsty, you will feel leg pain and try to take rest. But when you achieve to the peak, then it is that whatever the painful thing you have undergone, the journey you took, it is a worth for. Toughest the mountain, that is the more glory the people who reach to the peak of that mountain. Yeah, nobody cares if somebody has a little bit of hillock someplace, or nobody cares who climbed it. Okay, so it's like that. So if the life is like that, so my advice will be temporarily you can disconnect from this, so that at least you can calm down. You come to the state of peace of your mind. That is the starting point of our today's topic, right? Come to the level of your peace of mind. Unless until you have your peace of mind, nothing else is possible. No growth, no change, no ascension is possible if your mind is troubled and still shaky, or still fighting with many things. Temporarily, voluntarily, don't take what is called that your duty or this, that, in the name of duty, in the name of you have to do things right. Don't bother. Temporarily, empower yourself. Then you go back. Then things will change on their own. You need not to do anything. Magic will happen, But till that time, you have to just empower yourself. Okay.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, Dipanita, go ahead.
Pranam, Rajdeepankar.
Pranam.
My question is, if you're in a situation where you can feel that you're catching some kind of lower vibrations or negative energy, say in that moment you can tell that your peace of mind is at risk, or is it's possible to lose your peace of mind. So is it better to be silent in those situations, or is it better to try to kind of, confront that situation and go through it?
That is a very good question. See, if you can confront it and take action without losing your peace of mind, you do it. Okay, suppose I'm just giving example. Suppose if you see some person has fallen into a pool and drowning, maybe one child has fallen. So normal tendency, go and jump and save that child, right? But the thing is, if you don't know swimming, then not only that child, you jeopardize your life as well, right? That is the time you don't take action, because you are not empowered to save it. You become another victim. So that's what I'm saying. What is that strength? That is your peace of mind. Without losing your peace of mind, if you can do it, means in my example scenario, if you know swimming, if you are ready to, when you are physically fit, please go and save that child. But if yourself you are not, maybe you don't know swimming, or you know swimming, but you are not in a good health, maybe you have a knee pain or all, you don't know how you will, your body will react in the water, then don't take that chance. It is not your duty to save each and every person onto this world. But your duty is to maintain your peace of mind. So that is how. There is no, like an answer for everything. It case to case basis. Take the call. If I do it, say it. Forget about what happens. If I can still maintain my peace of mind, if the answer is no, then don't do it. If it needs to empower yourself first, okay, maybe there are so many things happening. Just get disconnected. Take control of yourself. Because your life is not out there. That is a mistake we do. Your life is what you are thinking inside, what you are experiencing inside, what you are feeling inside. It's everything inside. And we think that everything is outside. No. Same situation, suppose another person comes into a situation, he or she will take a different action. How this possible? Because they are taking internally, their reflection is different than yours. You get affected, they may not. Okay, so come to that level where you yourself has the power not to get affected. There are reasons to be affected, yes. Whether you have to get affected, no. Take the power back and say, I choose not to give in to this. No need to say it. No need to go and start fighting with somebody. No need. Internally, you tell yourself, in this particular event, I choose not to react. It is my power. I don't give my power to anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry to control me, to trigger me. So that is the thing you need to do. You need not to physically take any action. Once you review the whole thing in the power of your consciousness, I just explained. Yeah. What is happening is, in that scenario, you give attention, and then power of consciousness opens up. That it is infinite power. It has power to dissolve it. How it will dissolve? Simply making your energy shifted to the level where it becomes irrelevant. And when somebody says good thing about you, bad thing about you, shouted at you, or ignored you, it doesn't matter. Come to that level where your power is completely in your hand. That is the thing. And that can happen only with the self-love, what I touched upon in between. There are some like affirmations we read to activate self-love, not activate, actually to be aware of the self-love element in us. So that is something that also I have given it to many. You can read it loud yourself alone, so that you get them empowered with the self-love. Okay. All right. Okay. Hari Om.
Guruji Pranam. Guruji, this self-love word, again, I just request you to emphasize on it. Self-love means definitely not loving our ego self.
Correct.
It is going for our higher self. So, in routine life, while doing mundane activities from morning till night, how do you develop self-love?
Yeah. See, first of all, the self-love you consider, self-love is loving your soul.
Sir.
Okay. And you take like any loving guidance. Suppose there is a loving father. So we take advice from the father, right?
Correct.
Maybe earlier young age, we said, Papa, please tell me how I should do in this case, which stream I should study and which job I should apply. The father gives loving advice for your own benefit, right? So here in this case, first thing is you start connecting. If you don't have the connection, the question doesn't arise next step. Then the second step is start communicating with your own soul. This communication is an expression of self-love. If you don't have self-love, love for your higher self, this communication is not possible. Okay. And once you establish that, then soul has full power to enhance your, means shifts from your mind level to Chidakas. Chidakas, you can say the mind of the soul. Yeah. Then you can have multi-point awareness. Simultaneously, you will be aware of maybe 100 things together. Okay. So in that state, what happens is you seek the guidance moment by moment. You need not to pray every time. In the beginning of the day, you said, please guide me. Okay, I'm surrendering you myself completely, unconditionally. Everything I say and do, it will be yours. Okay. Please do it. Your higher self will then guide. That is your self-love. So this is how you do it. Just in the beginning of the day, start with that, give it the things to that. But then it will be communicated to you intuitively. First thing what comes in you, automatically, you just follow that. That is your intuitive response. And that is coming from your soul because you have already opened up. Meaning, by free will, you have surrendered to your higher self and say, please take care of my life. Then whatever comes, you simply follow. You are not then need to think about it and know this I'm feeling, is it right or wrong? Then again, your ego entered.
Right.
Initially, it will be uncomfortable. Let me be honest with you, because we are not habituated in this kind of lifestyle. But once you started doing it, it becomes very common, normal, like eating, drinking, and sleeping and taking bath like that. It will be very common of everything, daily course we do. Okay.
Two things. Now, for a normal routine, like while you are having food, how do you say it is self-love? You have to analyze this food I am only having to satisfy my desire. There is no need for having an ice cream. You can, normal food is sufficient.
Yes.
But when you have normal desires, how, in that case also, how do you relate it to self-love?
No, see, self-love doesn't mean self-sacrifice. What you are telling is, it looks like self-sacrificing means it is love. No. If that moment, in the morning you surrendered yourself, right? Your soul is guiding. And in the middle of the day, you feel like having some jalebi. Okay. Go and have it. Who stops you? That time, don't think, no, I should not have this jalebi and it is, have to go there and buy from market. Just go it and, actually our soul wants us to be in the joyful state all the time. But only my caution is, only thing is, if somehow you don't get it by some way, you went there and find out that shop is closed. Okay. That time, don't allow the frustration to come. You should operate from equanimity. You go there, try to have it. If you get it, fine. If you don't get it, that is also fine.
Right.
If you come to that level, then you are fully aligned with your soul consciousness. And that's it. Nobody can touch you. Your joy will never, go down because of this kind of events or things or other. Yeah.
What I was taking till now was that if you are selfless in your approach, then you are operating in the self-love mode. This is what I was thinking till now. But
no, I mean, selfless your approach means you're bringing somebody else. Forget about somebody. It's you and you only. Nobody else is there.
Right.
I'm not talking your duty or your compassion or something. I'm talking you and you.
Okay.
You can feel hungry. Satisfy your hunger. Yeah. Okay, you feel like, forget about food, too much of food, like an analogy. Suppose you like to listen to some song.
Correct.
You would like to listen to some Muhammad Rafi song. You listen. See, that's what I'm saying. Whatever is coming, automatically, then don't judge. All this. Don't bother. You just listen. Be there. Be present. Enjoy. Be in the joy.
Right.
For that, if it can, some music or things, you feel like calling somebody, phone, call. But don't get angry if that person didn't receive your call. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Understood.
If you feel like you call. If the person is busy, say, I'm busy. Okay, fine. That's it. That is also okay. Like that. So go whatever your heart says.
Correct.
Only condition what I teach, no harm to anything or anyone. वो दिल में ऐसा ख्वाहिश नहीं होना चाहिए उसको जाके थप्पड़ मार के आए. Like that. That is the only thing you should not, because that is definitely not coming from your soul. That's why.
Right.
Rest of the things, it is only between you and you to satisfy. If you don't get, that is also okay. Then you are liberated from the happenings in your life. You are in the present moment, you are satisfying what is coming on your way, and you are giving your best effort. That's it. Mahaphaleshu Kadachana.
Very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I think time is almost up. So we'll conclude it here. So we'll just have some Shanti part, 3 Om chanting, then Shanti part. And then with that, we'll conclude our today's session. Om. Om. Om.